Well, after last weekend's tournament, I had mentioned that I did not plan on making any more Wordscapes videos as I have other interests that I wanted to get into, other games and such. But half the viewers that left comments in last week's videos, and it is only somewhat relevant that there were only two commenters, but one of them, Diana, specifically requested some more of these videos. So I've been thinking on a topic for this week, and I think one of the things that people would like to be able to do is score higher on these tournaments. Now, scoring higher doesn't make you any money, it doesn't do anything other than give you a point of pride, if anything, but all of us have a little bit of competitive instinct in us, and I feel that that is one of the things that drives me to try for the top five. It's a sense of pride, a small accomplishment in the whole world of things, but still, it is an accomplishment. So, what can you do to improve your score? Well, one of the things that I do is I play several times during the week. I try to play a little bit every day. Now, that does several things for me. One is it gives me practice. The more you see these words, the more you see the different words that Wordscapes tends to use in its puzzles, the more likely you're going to recognize them when you run into them during the tournament. So that is probably the very biggest thing I could say is play as often as you can. And when you do, you're going to see that your scores are going to go up just because you have been playing and you recognize those words. Another thing you'll do is start to recognize what I call word families. There are certain words that when you see one of those words, you see a combination of letters that when you rearrange those letters, you very quickly come up with a new set of words, a new word, and then you can pluralize it. You can add an ed, you can put an er in front or an er in the back, and you get a whole new set of words. You can get homonyms. That happens quite a bit with some of these words where you might come up the word seen spelled with a C as well as with a double E. And sometimes those combination words, those combinations of letters will just spark a recognition in you, and then from catching one word, all of a sudden you have five of them. Or if they're not five that actually are directly solving the puzzle, you're possibly adding more coins, and that helps too. The other thing that happens when you play frequently during the week is you're racking up your coin totals up here because you don't want to waste those during the week. You don't want to waste them on inconsequential things. Save them for the tournament, and when you get into a star rush, then you can use your coins to save your star rush. So I've collected quite a few during the week because I'm still on my summer vacation. I don't start school for another week, so I have had the opportunity to play a little bit more during the day instead of just here or there like I will once the school year starts. Now, another thing that you want to do when you're in the tournament is pick your animal well. You can see my Black Panther's already fallen asleep. I've actually already been working him a little bit. When I logged on a little bit late today, probably about 3 hours into the tournament, and I started out right away. I played one match, and you have to play one to actually get into the tournament. That one match placed me 77th out of 100, so way down there. Within maybe half an hour, about 4 more matches in, I had already gone up into 50th place, so that didn't take that much. It wasn't a whole lot of effort or anything. And now, after about another hour or so, I am already up into 15th place. I actually was in 10th place just a little bit ago, and then I stopped, had dinner, and have been reading for a little bit, and now I'm ready to sit down and take another look at this. So none of these that have gotten ahead of me are very far ahead of me. In fact, it looks to me like the top person here, Isabel, is not that far ahead. She's not unreachably ahead of me. And so that's kind of an interesting situation. I wonder if my starting late actually has put me in a slightly easier group, because these are just randomly chosen from a group of 100 people who are getting into the tournament at that particular time, I suppose. So however it works out, I am in a race, and I always like to compete. Okay, so looking here, my choice of the Black Panther isn't just because I like the Black Panther, it's because the Black Panther gives me an additional 175 hearts toward getting more eggs and 18 stars. Now, different animals give you different special items when they go through their activities. So your best ones are going to come lower down on the chart. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rare animals and 1 epic. Now, of my rare animals, the ones that give me the additional stars are my tiger and my Black Panther. And so that's why I choose to use those guys during the tournament. So you want to use the animals that give you the most stars. If I have both of them fall asleep, then I'll go back and I'll pick up my cougar or my leopard. And so I'm always aiming for things that are going to give me more stars. Now, my leopard only gives me 12 stars. The cougar or puma gives me only 6 stars. So you want to maximize the ones you get. Now, my Black Panther has fallen asleep just now, and so I won't have him available again for another 12 hours. So I'm just going to have to make do with the most I can. Now someday, as I get those eggs hatched, and that's why the number of hearts you get actually matters also, is I'm trying to get this animal right here, whatever that may be. And I'm kind of betting it's going to be a lion, because I don't have any lions yet, and that'll be an epic lion. So I would bet that I'll probably get somewhere in the range of 20 stars for every activity. So that actually makes these eggs meaningful then. So I need 950 hearts. I have 1104. Let's crack an egg and see what's waiting for us. All right, I get another mallard, so not anything overly great and special. They're cute little animals, but doesn't do anything special as far as my other needs go, because I look here at the mallards and only can get 6 additional on my brilliance, which actually doesn't do anything other than strokes my ego, I suppose. and only 75 hearts, so I am probably not going to use my mallard for anything anytime soon. Okay, well, I guess I better pick another animal, so let's get our tiger to work here. That way I'll get some use out of him tonight, and then tomorrow I'll be able to pick back up with the black panther. So I have collected the black panther's stars. Now that jumped me up 1 point in the tournament already, up to 14th place. Now we'll feed my tiger, so we have an hour now that I'll get while he does his activity. In this case, eating. It's eating or playing or I think that's about it. Maybe dancing or something like that. Whatever it might be. Drinking, I think, is the other choice. Eating, drinking, or playing / dancing. And then after that hour, then I'll get another set of stars from him. All right. Another thing that you can do during the week, every time you get the opportunity, is if you aren't already part of a team, join a team. Really think about doing that and find a team. It might take you a little bit of looking and trying out different teams until you find some, but you see how Gray Dolphin is requesting help. I help him. And then when my time is available here in another hour, 45 minutes or so, then I'm going to request help. And it's only been taking about, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes during the day that somebody has been able to. I need 5 people to click on help for me, and then I get a benefit that I'll show you when we get into this next puzzle. But before we do, I just keep going back as I see somebody needs help, I give them help, and then when Mike can request help, I request help, and then it doesn't take long before I get some. Okay, then you pick up these presents, and you have choices of these, and sometimes there are things that can really help you out. A few coins is just a few coins, but some of them will give you the hints to help you out in the puzzle, and that's what the help from your team also does, is give you hints in the puzzle. So anything that can help you solve more puzzles more quickly is going to help you in the tournament. Okay, I'm not in a star rush, so no rush here. But as I have been playing so many of these, I see some things that have a tendency to jump out at me. But one thing that I see right away is I don't have any 3-letter words that I can use right now. So since I don't have that, then I'm going to have to resort to other things. And one of those, because I have an S, I know I can go for plurals. So one thing that comes up on WordScape all the time is the word tick, as in the involuntary twitch that a person may get, like in their face or something, in their cheek. And so because I can't have any 3-letter words, then I can use the S and pluralize it, and then I get ticks. And there you go. While I'm at it, I'm going to pile on and pick out tips. And then I've used up all the T words that come up quickly for me. So now I'm going to go with the R words, like rips. And that's all I see there. Okay, so, but I do see pits. Okay, now once I've gotten there, and I didn't get any of my word family type situations that I mentioned earlier, but maybe we'll see one in a bit, because I'm going to try to do at least 2 of these puzzles. Then I start to use my hints here. But before I jump into that, let me point out that over here is where I've racked up my helper from my team help. So every time I request help, then I get another one of these light bulbs here. If I click on one of those, and I'm not going to, I don't want to waste it yet. I have used a couple of them, but only when I'm in a star rush and I really have one word that's got me kind of stuck, and if I get that word, then that'll finish the puzzle in time to save some stars, then okay, it's worth it. But I'm not going to waste it on this untimed puzzle. But I had racked up 13 of them during the week, which doesn't seem like a lot, but just all of them kind of help. And then these rockets come from those extra presents that we get on the game here. And then this is another little side game that they throw in just for some extras, and you might pick up some extra helpers there. So any of those, and then you're going to want to watch this during the week. The tourney won't be here, but what will be here will be other activities that are going along with the game. And so some of them really don't mean a whole lot, like when they have the binoculars on there, you're looking for different animals and butterflies and things like that. But there are some where you are going to be able to pick up different rewards, and some of them start out small, like a few coins, and then you work your way up and you get a few of these hints, including the rockets. Now those actually can help you. If you click on this one and you have some available for free, I don't want to waste coins on any of these because they're expensive, but if you click on just this one, it asks you which letter do you want to tell to you. So like if I click on this then, and I want this letter, if I really need to know this one, and it's going to break the puzzle open for me, then I would click on one of the targets and then pick out the missing letter. If you click on the light bulb, it's going to give you a couple of different letters at random. So it chooses them for you. You don't get to choose. But if you're down to one word left and you have about 30 seconds left on a star rush clock, then maybe that is all you need to be able to pick it apart. And so I'll click the light bulb and it will give you one or two letters in that missing word. The rocket is the one that does the best for you. It will actually open up whatever word it wants. And so if you only have one word left, it will fill it in for you. Otherwise, if I were to have any available and I click it, it's going to pop up here and pick out one of these words at random and fill it in. Personally, again, I only use these things during the tournament. During the week, it's meaningless unless you just get so frustrated that and you've wasted too much time on one puzzle because of one word. Then sometimes a person might break down and use those, but I try to save them for the tournaments because that's my competitive nature. Okay, so those are the things that I could say that will improve your scores in the tournament. Other than that, really it's just keeping an eye on the score, and I look at these and I say, okay, I kind of set little miniature goals for myself. So I look at this and say, well, yeah, I can beat these guys because of one more point and I'm up here. And then I can catch up with default with one more good match. I can catch up with Vass in another 3 matches. It's going to be probably 8, 9 matches to catch up with Oline. That's assuming that these people have taken the rest of the day off. They're taking a break or whatever, and you never know. Sometimes they just played for a while and then they get busy with the rest of their weekend like I did last week, and they just don't go any further. But for me, because of my competitive nature, uh, I push forward and I try to catch up with anybody that's within striking range. So that's me. Anyway, let's go ahead and finish this puzzle. Then I'll have a little recap at the end of it, and we'll wrap up the evening. This is Friday night of the tournament, so we have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, so let's see what else I can find here. I see script. Whoops, try putting a vowel in there. That's always useful. Okay, getting the longest word out of the puzzle oftentimes opens up some of the others. So um, some people like to go after those first. Personally, I don't like to get hung up on that one. If it pops out at me, great. If it doesn't, I go for my 3 letters and my 4 letters first, because a lot of times that's what breaks the puzzle open for me. So here I see trip now because of that one. And then while I'm at it, let's put in the plural. Always do the plural because that gives us bonus words, and the bonus words translate into more coins. More coins means that when I get into a star rush that I need to save a star, I have the coins to pay for it. And I guess you could also use it to pay for these hints down here, but again, they're expensive. So unless it's going to win something big, it's just not worth it to me. Okay, now I see strip. Cannot remember if this is considered a word or not. It is not. But pics is a commonly used abbreviation of pictures. And so again, it's one of those words that I don't think should be words, but hey, who am I to say? You can find those in the New York Times crosswords. I guess we can find them in WordScapes. Okay, now let's see. How about spit? There we go. And then maybe... Okay, so this is going to have to be R or S. Let's go with S. ISP looks to me like crisp. Okay. And there it is. Okay. All right, I just had to suffer through one of those 20-second commercials that I was mentioning earlier. I edit those out so you don't have to watch them with me. But again, you know, you have the option if you are super competitive and you don't want to lose the time that you could be using to solve puzzles, pay $9.99 and you have no more ads. For me, okay, I'm competitive. I'm not ultra competitive. Now, not that long ago, this was under $5. It's doubled up, and I'll keep my eyes open. Maybe come Christmas time, they will drop the price temporarily. I can only wish. All right, well, let's see, what do we have going on here? So I'm up to 12th place now. So really, it didn't take that long, did it? Now let's do another puzzle here and see what we can do with that. I am still looking for some of those word families, and I actually am not seeing anything here. I do have a couple of words that seem to pop out whenever you see the K, though. And so rank and tank, I'm looking for those rhyming words that use the K. And so when you see that, you can, all of a sudden, we just pulled 3 words out. Didn't take that much. Okay, then I cannot use 3 letters again. I don't have any S. I don't have ER. So that reduces some of the, I can't do any plurals, and I can't do the ER suffix or prefix. So now we'll have to work a little bit more. So I have up here, we know it has to have an A. Does not necessarily have to have the A after the D. There are a few words out there where the A might have come next, but not right in front of the K, not necessarily so. But while I was talking, I spotted dark there, so let's go ahead and put that in and not dink around too much here. Okay, now I embedding that. Let's see what happens if I isolate tank. Then I see where I could get tankard out of that. So what I did to pull that one out is I isolated one of my words that seemed like it might be used to make a compound word. And so by isolating one of those words, then sometimes the rest of the letters will fall into place to make up a new word. So there we go. Okay, now that I have that one out of the way, let's see. I already did rank, so it's not there, but it has to have an R next. There aren't any words where R is followed by a consonant. We need a vowel, and since my only vowel is A, so I'll go with RA, and then I see rant develop here. Okay, so that one's used a lot in WordScapes, and that one fit. Okay, now, cart. Cart is not spelled with a K. T would take that away from tart. How about dart? Okay, there we go. I could go either way here. Let's see. Can I come up with another D word? Now, D could have A next or R next. That's the only 2 choices there. So let's try drat. Nope, not even considered a word. My gosh, how could drat not be a word? Well, if drat is not a word, because it's going to have to be D-R-A, can't be drac, can't be dran, and it certainly is not going to, whoops, and it's not going to have another A there. So my bet is that we don't have a DR, we have to have a DA. So if we have a DA, and we won't have another A yet, oh, but we could have DATA. Now, some people pronounce that data, some people say data. I have heard good explanations of both. Either way, it's spelled the same. And that was the right one. Okay, let's see. That's not going to be attic or attack. What is it going to be? Now, this is probably going to have to be the R. It could be an N. Keep that in mind. So let's try the ARK first. Anarch, Atark, or Adark. None of those work. Okay, so let's back off of that and try ANK, and we get drank. Okay, because trank wasn't going to be it, that other A wasn't going to fit into it, so let's go with drank. All right, so solving puzzles is definitely going to help you out in the tournament, get you higher points. Can't do well in the tournament if you're not solving puzzles, so that's kind of an obvious hint, but it's true. All right, now the other thing, and I've been chatting away and talking about things, but really when you get focused down and you can improve your score a lot by getting into a star rush. So the star rush happens anytime you can solve a puzzle under 3 minutes. So it looks like I might have one going here. Nope, not yet. All right, well, this is my last one on camera. I need to get focused into this tournament, so I am going to, whoops, no 3-letter words. I am going to push through now and see what I can do. Hopefully I can get myself into a star rush situation. Oh, I thought that was going to be that one. All right. And try totes. All right, this TH. 3 T's. There's something out there that's going to fit there. I was thinking otters there for a second, but nope, I don't have any R. Okay. Oh, I already did toes. Okay. Well, host, hose, then for hoe in your garden. There aren't that many options here for things. Okay, shoe, hose, shot. Okay, last two. Okay, since it ends with a T, SHT, there are some, but not that I am seeing here. Hottest. There we go. HOTTEST. All right, so the other thing is if you can't come up with plurals, keep in mind superlatives. Okay, you have hot, hotter, hottest. Can't use hot, can't use hotter, but hottest. And sometimes that'll help. Okay, now what does E do here? Okay, it's going to ETHO ethos. There we go. All right. Well, I might work on another video someday down the road for strategies for cracking some of these puzzles, but really, it's practice. That's all I can say. And so to kind of sum things up, to improve your scores, play during the week so that you're recognizing the words when you see the combinations of letters available to you. You'll pick them out a lot more quickly that way. Build up your coins, save your hints, get into a team, and give and receive help. Build up your animal collection. Use the animal that gives you the most stars during the tournament, and then hopefully that helps you get higher scores here. I am doing my best to be up there in the top 5. I think I could spend some real serious time on it and get into the maybe even the top 3 in this tournament so far. It looks like it's within reach, but there comes a point here where you can put in too much time on this, and actually kind of you get so that your brain's just kind of tired out, and so you have to take a break from it anyway. But give it as much time as you feel like you can. I have plenty of other things to keep me busy. I certainly can't sit here and play this all day long, but I put in an hour. It doesn't take that long to put in an hour either. That's sometimes that's only 3 or 4 puzzles. Sometimes it's a dozen puzzles. Sometimes you just have bad luck. Sometimes really good luck. But put in a little time, take a break, do some other things, put in a little more time, and your scores will go up. All right, so if you think I've missed anything on that, please let me know. And Diana, good luck on this weekend's tournament, as I hope all the rest of you have good luck too.